straight like they grow, standing upright inside massive layers of rock across the United States. Now, continue that picture in your mind. That's causing a lot of debate now here in the United States regarding the flood that keeps coming up, the great flood of the days of Noah. Back in Genesis chapter 6 through about, chapter 10, right before 11 in the Tower of Babel. But anyway, starting in Genesis 6, now notice this says these trees are known as polystrate fossils, formations consisting of an ancient tree trunk that is vertical. It's vertical, it's not laid over, it's standing up, and it is found within multiple layers of sedimentary rock. Now, what does that make any difference? Well, some of those layers are believed to have been formed millions of years apart. That's the same old thing. I put very little stock in this evolutionary timetable. That's my opinion. But the scientific world, biologists, they almost swear by it. It's accurate. And all these names they assign to those different periods as if they really existed. Well, they totally ignore the Bible in Genesis 6. Back to the trees, standing upright, they're fossils, and they said there's sedimentary rock around them, millions of years old, but there's that tree right in the middle of it. How do you explain that? Now, they found these at Yellowstone, Theodore Teddy Roosevelt National Park, other areas, Tennessee, Kentucky, Pennsylvania. Researchers listen to this statement. They have said, a dead tree doesn't stand upright for millions of years, waiting for the sediment to come in and slowly build up around it. Trees rot. Trees collapse. They become fossils, but not inside rock, sedimentary rock that's supposed to be millions of years old. But there they are. How do you explain them? And they're upright. These trees, evidently, they appear to be have been buried rapidly by massive sediment flows. By that we mean dirt and things that your floods are going to pick up. Buried by massive sediment flows before they could decay. You go right back then to the same point. What about Noahic flood? There's your movement of sediment, and it's a massive movement. I mean, mountains were formed, valleys were formed. So don't overlook the Bible. But these people don't believe in God for the most part, and so they don't want to accept this additional proof, which is found so many places. Comments or questions? This is what you would expect with the wave of the hand and the poof poof piffles. Just do away with actual scientific archaeological discoveries. Why? Because it doesn't fit our pattern, our mold, what we believe. So we're not going to accept that. some don't believe that could have happened so quickly. I still maintain that when you find a reel, like rod and reel, when you find a reel that is encased in solid rock, they say this is millions of years old, that rock is. Did they have rod and reels millions of years ago? Well, what does that tell us? Well, it tells us that things can happen a lot faster than you think they can. A lot of people talk about what is that up in the northwest? St. Helens volcano. Did you know coal formed in just a matter of a number of months? Doesn't take millions of years. They've proven that by this particular volcano. Anyway, something to think about. We've already talked about evolution, so we'll leave it there. Let's go to Genesis chapter 37. Verse 23. It came to pass when Joseph came to his brethren, his dad had sent him, go up there and find out how things are going with your brethren. I haven't heard from them in a good while. So that was Joseph's task. You go up and find out how they're getting along. He walks up, they see him, and when they see him, they first say, "Here comes the dreamer." That's how they ridiculingly refer to him. He's the dreamer. Okay. He had his coat of many colors. He was wearing. I mentioned last week, notice it seems that is the first thing that they went for, that coat. That coat stands for a lot in their eyes. Anger, jealousy especially. I say it's written all over the coat. Jealousy was, but it's figuratively written on that coat. Because we know how jealous they were. Here he comes. Here's the dreamer. Let's kill him. We'll put a stop to these dreams. Okay? His coat of many colors was on him. Verse 24, they took him. They cast him into a pit. They took his coat off of him. And then this empty pit didn't have water in it. And then of all things, they sat down, evidently within earshot